On today's show,
which team has been more disappointing, the Milwaukee Bucks or the Denver Nuggets?
up down on Chauncey Billups in Detroit's front office, discouraging kids from shooting threes and reading at a game.
And the debate boys in the building tonight, we're tackling some hot button topics.
It's Tuesday, March 20th. The starter starts now.
Good evening, Sweet World, and welcome to The Starters, presented by Jack Daniel's Tennessee Honey. Whether you're joining us live right now on NBA TV, watching later on YouTube, listening to the podcast, doesn't matter. We're very happy to have you. I'm Jay Skeets, and alongside me, as always, that's Tass Mellis.
Hey, thank you for joining us.
To his right, the international man of mystery, taking it to the max, Lee Ellis.
Friend.
Lily. And last, certainly not least, over yonder, that's the bearded one. That's Trey Kirby.
Hey-o!
TK, what's up, man?
Well, I'm here at the internet looking for your best tweets at hashtag the starters. And guys, Vince Carter had himself a night last night. He passed Patrick Ewing on the all-time scoring list. He threw down a dunk, and he did all of his post-game interviews while wearing a starters t-shirt.
What?
Yeah, that's right, Tassie. Half man, half amazing, and that half cotton, half poly, looking fully amazing. We've seen him in this shirt before in China, of all places. He's been on the show a couple of times, and that's why earlier today on the Twitter show, we launched a new hashtag Vince Carter for fifth starter.
Ooh.
It rhymes. And it brings us to today's question. How do we convince Vince to join the starters? One of our fans, Nick Duke, got things started photoshopping one of Vince's appearances on the show. Gave him a 5 since that he will be number 5. He's a 10 in our hearts. But personally, I think we should buy a billboard, throw our hashtag on it. That's what people do. And then on top, we'll put a statue of Vince Carter dunking on the billboard. If that doesn't lure him to Atlanta, I don't know what will. But we want you to hit us up on Twitter and let us know how we can convince Vince Carter to join the starters. Send your best tweets to hashtag Vince Carter for fifth starter or hashtag the starters. I'll see it either way. And pretty soon Vince will be on the show.
We
every day.
better hope the starters goes for another 5 years.
Yeah.
Vince Carter ain't done playing basketball. He's still throwing down dunks in the NBA. Crazy stuff. All right, yeah, get those tweets in. Convince us how to get Vince to eventually join the starters and become that fifth starter. We got a fun show tonight. We're going to debate a few topics in the up-down report. Then we'll debate some more topics in a new segment called the Debate Boys. And then we'll debate Lee's very solid play and whether it's actually very solid. But let's start with a little what you got. We also debate in this. It's a lot of fun. Trey's going to throw some questions at us. We'll ultimately decide on an answer, but you got to watch out. There's only one correct response, and that's whatever TK says it is. Trey.
Couple of tough losses in the league last night in Cleveland. LeBron James ran wild on the Bucks, handing Milwaukee their 8th loss since the All-Star break, which dropped them to 8th in the Eastern Conference because the Heat beat the Nuggets in Miami, which left Denver 2 games out of the playoffs in the West. Guys, which team has been more disappointing, the Bucks or the Nuggets? What you got? Debate away.
Yeah, both disappointing, but I think the Bucks are more disappointing because you got a guy in Giannis Antetokounmpo who's grown into an MVP player. They make a big move to get Eric Bledsoe at the trade deadline, but they haven't grown since last year. They're basically on the same pace as last year, going to be in the bottom of the Eastern Conference playoff picture. No one expects them to win a series. They're basically the same team as last year, but you got a guy who's grown into his 5th year, into a star, and they've sort of got a lot of talent around him, and Jabari Parker's come back. I think they're more disappointing. I expected more from them than I did the Nuggets.
Is that because they're in the Eastern Conference as well? When you compare the Nuggets being in the West, the more difficult conference?
I think at the beginning of this season, we all said the Nuggets' sort of floor to ceiling could be missing the playoffs or, 5, 6, 7 seed.
Yeah.
So they're missing the playoffs.
Yeah, no, I agree actually, because I had the Bucks going into this season thinking that they were probably aiming for the 4th seed at the worst in the Eastern Conference, and now they're 8th. They're not going to miss the playoffs, but when they have that franchise-altering talent in Giannis Antetokounmpo, you just expect a little bit more. But I think even though he puts up these incredible numbers, he's still working on his game, and that's fine. That's to be expected. He came to the game late. He's an incredible player when he attacks the rim, but his jump shot for me right now isn't that reliable that teams have to really go out to him and force him to take it. They'll let him take it.
28 points on 53%.
Yeah,
He's
that
pretty
is
good,
his
though.
How many of
last
those-
problem.
No, I'm
with
not.
the
Listen,
Bucks struggle.
I'm not criticizing him. I'm just saying, as he develops his game,
Yeah.
when he attacks the rim, that's why he's got incredible percentages. When he's stepping out shooting those other long-range jump shots, they're not dropping as consistently as those other baskets. And so teams aren't then double-teaming him, and they're not having to force these other guys to do it. He's been incredible overall, but he's still got to work on his game. And I think until he gets to that super-duper level, I think the Bucks are going to be, not in the top 4.
You guys are going Bucks. I disagree. I think it's the Nuggets as more disappointing because when I look at them and you under Coach Malone, you look at their trajectory when he took over 3 years ago. They won 33 games that first season. Okay, nice foundation. You had Jokic, you had Gary Harris. Then you go get Jamal Murray, nice pick. He plays well as a rookie last year. Will Barton gives you a little spark off the bench. You trade away Nurkic, you win 40 games. Things you're progressing upward. But this offseason, they made moves. They traded away Gallinari. They went and got what they thought was a strong defensive guy in Paul Millsap at a wing position. And here they are, still looking outside in right now into those playoffs, like the 30-game win. So I go Denver because they were playoffs or bust. I mean, the Bucks are in. Bucks are making the playoffs. Maybe you're right. I agree. They probably would have thought they'd been higher in the seedings, but the Nuggets may not be making this now because they still got a lot of road games, a lot of tough teams, and the teams above them are playing pretty well. So I go Denver.
The last couple weeks have been really bad for them.
They lost to the Grizzlies. I should have just said that and stopped there.
Yeah.
They lost to the Grizzlies.
But
I mean, it should
basically,
not be happening.
their net rating on the road is the complete opposite of what it is at
Yeah.
home. So they're incredible at home, but then they go on the road and they're just a different team altogether. And that's just not winning basketball to expect to make a real threat in the playoffs.
Trey, what is the answer? We disagree on this one. We got great debate going on here.
Incredible debate. I think it's got to be the Nuggets, though, on account of the Millsap factor. They brought him in to end that no playoff streak, and it's not happening so far. Anyways, switching subject, I hope you guys like laughing because we had some great jokes in the league last night. In Sacktown, Future Fist starter Vince Carter straight up mocked Blake Griffin complaining about a foul call with a spot-on impression. While in Cleveland, Kevin Love made his return to the Cavs and was backstroking up the sideline during play while he was on the court at one point. Both funny. But what was the funnier moment? Vince's impression or Love's backstroke? What you got?
What a league. That was great.
Yeah, which one
Both
do you go,
moments.
though?
I go Vince Carter because Blake's Clippers were sort of notorious complainers.
Yeah.
So I think Vince is speaking to a larger trend. You know, he's noticing Blake and Chris Paul and the old boys with the clip always complain.
It looks like lead dancing in that one clip we have a little
Not
bit
bad
there,
moves.
too.
And he's a potential fifth starter, so I'm going with Vince.
Yeah, but what was Kevin Love doing on the side there? Like you
No
talk about
idea.
dancing.
He said,
Sounds like-
quote, I don't know what the hell that was, is what he said when asked about it.
Neither do we. He falls over here and it's like his back spasms almost maybe, but no, he just.
Is that the best?
I think he's getting back on defense as quick as possible.
The best explanation I saw today was Air Bud.
Yeah.
Yes, the Air Bud tweeting that he just was going for a good
Back
back
scratch,
scratch. Yeah.
I think Vince is funnier. Kevin Love's would be funnier if he continued a little longer. Like
Yeah.
if he made it all the way to half on his back by doing that, that'd have been hilarious. But he got up pretty quick.
There's
he went
a similar
he should've
he
beam.
went
back
one or
spin.
two. Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's
So
not,
I go
anyway.
Vince sort of again with the mocking.
I think
mocking Blake.
maybe he's speaking to a larger trend. That meme that was going around a little while ago, the guy sliding. I don't know. He's like a high school player
Yeah.
sliding.
Oh,
But he's kind of on his side. Or
Well, there's the
Like a
clip.
referee.
It's like
a referee,
a
right?
wrestling
Ref.
match, right?
Wrestling.
Yeah, the ref
Yeah,
comes
that's
in.
what it was. That's what it was.
Okay,
Yeah.
maybe Trey. What's the answer to this?
It's got to be Kevin Love's backstroke for me, just because, like you guys are saying, nobody even knows what he's doing. Not even Kevin Love. Never seen it before. Anyway, somebody called Britney Spears because, oops, they dunked it again. Go Gadget Giannis went full extension mode for a monster oop against the Cavs. While in Miami, Bam Adebayo lived up to his name when he went too high, can't come down for an oop against the Nuggets. Guys, what was the better oop? Giannis or Bam? What you got?
Ooh, those are both good.
Yeah,
those are going to be
sure.
in the top 10 from the starters' top 10, greatest top 10 in the universe, in the world, in sports. But I'm going Giannis. I'm going Giannis because that was like ultimate go-go gadget arms. Like you were expecting an umbrella to pop out of his head,
Yeah.
and Penny and the Brain show up. Like that. Look, the reach is wild. And I tweeted out a photo last
Yeah.
night of sort of right at the moment where he catches it and at his peak there, where you go, yeah, he dunks that. And he doesn't
But he
even
does-
thrunk it. He
yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
thrunk it like Bam does. He actually hits rim there and dunks it. So I go with this one.
Yeah, Bam's is great though because it comes off like the inbound play and
Yeah.
sort of behind the backboard there, and his is a thrunk.
Yeah.
That doesn't take it away anything from me. Like it's still a great play.
Thrunk is still a
Yeah,
dunk
it's
to you.
still yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and he kind of you think he's almost lost his grip on the ball there at the end, and he just sort of just chucks it down. Both incredible.
I like the play with this one better. You got a point guard and Tyler Johnson taking out two guys. So it's just a nice design play. That was toxic.
Did you dock Giannis at all because he fell and Bam managed to stay up, or does it matter to you on a noop or a
Nah,
dunk?
it
as long as
doesn't matter.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
Trey, what is the answer, Giannis or Bam?
Oh, I'm voting Bam here. Giannis is lucky. He's a star. Bam, this is just his first big dunk. It's a big time. Big time. It's another Britney Spears reference. Not too many people like lucky, though.
It's not a girl, not yet a woman. He's almost there.
After the jump, the Pistons might be interested in Chauncey Billups for a front office role. We'll discuss that and more in the Up Down Report. So don't go anywhere. Yep.
The Starters is brought to you by Jack Daniel's Tennessee Honey, official partner of the NBA.
Into the up-down report. Let's see those emoji thumbs on Twitter. Are you thumbs up or thumbs down? Hashtag the starters. First one, guys. The Pistons might be looking to bring back Mr. Big Shot. Earlier today, Mark Stein of the New York Times reported that the Pistons are interested in hiring Chauncey Billups to work alongside Vice Chairman Arn Soldier Boy Tellem in, quote, a totally revamped front office. Now, for what it's worth, the Pistons have denied these reports, but I want to know, are you up or down on the idea of the Pistons looking to hire Chauncey Billups?
I'm up.
Everybody's up.
Yeah, I think it's good to bring back a guy who has been a legend at that club, who won a championship there, finals MVP. What is important as well is he's working along someone who has experience in a front office role, because I think it's difficult for a player to just sort of automatically assume that role and then think they're going to be successful in it. It takes a while to learn things. We don't even really know what it is they're talking about for what role that would be, but he needs to learn that first, and then as he progresses, perhaps into a sort of more general manager type role.
Yeah, for us to say, he's got no experience, we can easily just sort of dismiss him, but we don't know what the heck his performance is going to be like. Joe Dumars got there in 2000. They won a championship 4 years later. He had no experience before that. Worked out pretty well. Yeah, I like bringing back the old guys, as long as they are qualified, and it sure seems like Chauncey is extremely interested in this field.
And I think we're seeing with what happened with Mike Budenholzer, with what happened with Doc Rivers, it's pretty hard to be a coach and a GM at the same time unless you're Greg Popovich, which is just a different scenario for pretty much everybody else in the league. So bringing in a Chauncey Billups and Arn Tellem, I think getting somebody in there whose focus is just building the basketball team for the future and for the present day, it's impossible to do when you're a coach to look at the long term and the short term at the same time. So a little bit of help for SVG would be all right.
All right, we will see. Next one here, guys. Today, USA Basketball and the NBA announced some rules and recommendations for youth basketball. Now, they're advocating no zone defense, lowered baskets, and the real kicker here, no three-point scoring for ages 11 and under. The purpose is to try and teach proper shooting mechanics. So are you guys up or down on the idea of discouraging three-pointers in youth basketball? 12 and under.
Sort of makes sense.
Yeah.
Whoa,
Okay,
that was a
you
quick
go
switch.
first then.
Yeah, I'm teaching my girls how to shoot threes immediately. That's where the game is going. If I can get them strong enough to shoot threes at age 5, imagine how good they're going to be when they're 25. We're talking WNBA MVPs, Hall of Famers. But if they have to wait until they're 12 years old to shoot threes, I don't think so. That's
kind
not
of
how we
weight-
do
But
it.
you're not worried about like shooting it from the hip. Like when I was young, I'm just throwing it from my hip.
They can learn the new form when they're old enough to actually shoot it. If you're balling out and hitting threes from way deep, you're just crushing other 10-year-old girls. I love it.
No, I think this is important because you learn to shoot from the inside out, not the outside in. Right. And even though it's not sexy right now to play the inside game, but just see the ball go through the hoop first and then take a step back each year as you improve your range. And then when you become 12, 13 years old, then you just
Let it
start
fly.
laying
Then you just
bombs.
chuck it.
Yeah.
All right.
Why are you laughing? I mean, that's the purpose, I guess.
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes
It
sense.
does make sense.
Final one.
The thing is,
Final one.
Hey, way to debate.
Final one. I would love to tell you to leave your stupid comments in your pocket, but I need your opinions on this gentleman reading The Disaster Artist, My Life Inside the Room, the greatest bad movie ever made, at last night's Spurs game. This isn't the first time we've seen something like this, someone reading at a sporting event or a basketball game. Are you guys up or down, though, on reading at an NBA game?
Just reading in general.
You're up.
I'm totally fine with it. He was not reading during gameplay. It was clear this was during a break.
Okay.
There's 15 minutes at half. There's literally 15 minutes at half. He could be reading. 3.5 minutes in between quarters. 7 timeouts per team. There's lots of time
Okay.
to read
So you're
and
saying-
get educated during a game. During gameplay, absolutely not.
the problem is that he brought that book with the full intention of reading, so he may,
Probably.
he may
using it to-
poster.
Like if it's
for a
during the
phone book.
timeouts or the breaks in play, fine. But I guarantee he picked that up during the play at one point.
Might
and
be a
read
good
through
book.
It. Yeah.
I don't know.
No,
That's
it's not a good
classic
book.
Lineup
It's not a
zing.
good movie.
Like every high school team, the fans, when the other high school's getting their lineups read out, all the fans got the newspapers out, so you're not seeing those guys out on the court coming on. This is a classic zing. This guy wasn't doing a zing, but if you want to read more, you just got to have materials with you, Lee.
Yeah.
Who cares if he's reading during
Well, read
play?
a good book then. That's not a good book.
Oh, now he's upset about the actual book. Oh, interesting.
Craftsman never
Take
brings
a
his
Bill
books.
Bryson book. At least you'll be entertained by reading that.
So you have no problem reading at a baseball game, I assume. So much downtime.
What do you do?
So-
You
have
put
a
it down in between pitches?
You just read it the entire game. There's no need to look up.
The good old ball game.
No,
Just
okay.
score.
Throw an
Score
audio
the
book in
game.
the ear. Is that fine?
Let's hear from you guys. Hashtag the starters. Thumbs up or thumbs down, reading at an NBA game. When we come back, the debates continue in a new segment called the Debate Boys. Yeah! This should be fun.
Welcome back to the starters. It's time for the boys to debate the big issues in a new game we're calling Debate Boys. I'm the boss and I'm giving out the topics, but here's the catch. Not only do the boys not know what the topics are, they don't even know which side they're gonna be arguing until they flip the mystery card on the podium. Guys, you'll have a chance to make your case and rebut your opponents. Our first topic, Best Lopez. Skeets, start us off.
The best Lopez, according to my card, is Brooke Lopez.
Good Lopez.
Biggest Lopez, deepest voice, the better basketball player of the Lopez brothers. I don't know if Mario Lopez is going to be in the mix here, but he's by far the best basketball player, made an All-Star game. This is a no-brainer. He's just a fun-loving guy, too. That's what you got to love about Brooke.
Tass.
Robin. This guy makes his teammates better. Yeah, he doesn't have a high rebound number because he boxes out everybody else, so his team gets rebounds. Individually, sure, Robin. It's Brooke.
What?
I mean,
Yeah,
what?
thank you. I agree.
yeah.
100% agree.
Okay, Lee.
Is there a third Lopez brother? No. Oh, it's Mario. Now, Saved by the Bell, Mario Lopez was the superstar of that TV show.
Timeout. Timeout.
He is-
Crossed up.
He is still the most famous member of the Saved by the Bell team. now.
Oh, the only-
Because of extra, is that what you're going
Exactly.
with?
Yeah. he's great.
The reason why you like him is because he used to sit on a chair backwards, just like you like sitting on a toilet
Yeah.
backwards. Yeah,
You're a weird leap.
he goes and urinates
Hey,
backwards
listen,
on
I
a
thought I was
toilet.
getting Jennifer Lopez, so I'm happy to take Mario. He's the
Why?
best Lopez.
You really think he was the best character on Saved by the
Well,
Bell?
who was better than him? Not Dustin Diamond or whatever his name
You don't think
was.
Screech was?
Lisa
All right, I'm calling, I'm
You look
calling.
like Screech.
Lisa Turtle.
Winner so far is Skeets. I gotta give it to him. Slater was not the best character on Saved by the Bell. Anyways, y'all are the debate boys. So the next topic, Best Boy Band. Skeets, start us off.
Best boy band is NSYNC. Oh, I'm getting the Kirby points, I believe, with this one. Justin Timberlake. Enough said. It doesn't matter.
You went-
Like the debate boys, it's just Skeets and then the other boys. It's Timberlake and then the boys, man.
Boys to Men. Obviously, the best singing group of all of them, the best voices, the best talent. Sorry, JT.
Best talent.
Lee.
This one is quite clearly Wham, because George Michael, Andrew Ridgeley were a fantastic duo. Who can forget Careless Whisper? Still a fantastic song right now. And hey, last Christmas, you guys, I gave away my heart.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Just like you gave away this debate.
What
Just like,
Super Bowl did Wham do again?
I think it was 1994 they did
really?
it.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was a great Super Bowl.
like Boys to Men would make you fall in love. I'm sure you and your wife have slow danced to a Boys to Men song. Have you ever slow danced to
on
an
bended
NSYNC
knee.
song? Yeah, have you? No.
No, maybe not. Good point. He should
Yeah,
win.
yeah.
All right, your winner is Tass Mellis for this one. You get a cane. Congratulations.
Wanye Morris, best voice in the biz.
Best in the biz, says the boys. Your next topic, Best Bar Food. Here we go, Steve.
Best bar food, easily wings. Wings. Oh, Cam Stewart, are you watching? This man can take down some wings. I just went to a sporting event, the Atlanta United. They had a wing eating contest. That's how awesome wings are.
Did you win?
I wasn't in it. No, I would ate one.
Nachos! Bros love their nachos. I mean, we can share these. You can't share wings. Sorry, I'm rebutting already. These are perfect bar food for a table for guys to eat together.
Lee.
You really want to dig on some sliders.
You sold me.
Sell me, man. Sell
Actually,
me.
don't dig on those. Don't dig on those. Give me the nachos without meat. I'll take them.
Yeah, nachos are the best sharing
Yeah,
food.
sliders not really bar food, are they? I mean,
Yeah, they
No,
are
because when,
bar food.
when I'm watching a sporting event, I'm out at the bar. I want to get messy, man.
Do you?
I want to get dirty.
don't come
Wings.
near me then. I don't-
Disgusting.
All right, I'm calling
Like a
it for
blazing
Lee
event.
for putting up a great fight despite the fact he doesn't dig on sliders. Our final topic to take home the championship. We're a primetime talk show, sometimes a late night talk show. But who is the best daytime talk show host? Here we go, Skeets.
It is obviously, Kelly Ripa. Kelly Ripa, a bubbly personality. At that time in the morning, you know how difficult that is to do?
Yeah, a little too much.
Every day. Too much. Come on, Lee.
A little.
No. Kelly Ripa has a
Tass.
great personality.
All right. Ellen. The world's greatest. Yeah, Lee is angry because she is the world's greatest.
She
She
is.
absolutely is. Best dancer. I mean, from all of the boy bands we picked, the best dancer.
Yeah, 2,500 shows. She's like,
Lee.
yeah, all right, Dr. Phil. Where did he start? On Oprah, didn't he?
Yes, he
Now
did.
he's a bit of a celebrity in his own right, but the answer's Ellen. I mean, come on.
It's the weirdest.
Rebuttals!
Yeah.
I don't know what to rebut, really.
All right,
I mean, I
I'm
love
calling it,
Kelly
I'm
Ripa
calling
in
it,
that
I'm
dryer
calling it.
washer ad that tied in.
Tess
Yeah.
is
Wow.
the winner on this one, takes home the championship. I mean, even Lee agrees that
Yeah.
Ellen is the greatest. Made your case for you. Anyways, stay tuned to the starters, aka the debate boys. After the break, we'll see an aggressive layup from an old man. You won't want to miss it.
Back with the starters, awesome doubleheader on TNT tonight. We got the Thunder, Celtics, followed by the Rockets and Blazers. Portland on a 13-game winning streak. Rockets won 5 of their own. Should be a good one. You'll be watching, I know. All right. We asked you, what's the hashtag, or how do we entice Vince Carter to become that 5th starter? You hit us up using the hashtag or hashtag the starters. Trey, you got a few of the best ideas, I guess.
Yeah, some smart ideas. Michael says, give the man a motorcycle. He's been wanting one for all these years. I love it. Jeff says, start referring to him only as Vince Starter. You can lock that in. But the best suggestion comes from Paula, who says, ask him. It's simple. We'll just ask him.
It's a good idea. Good idea. Tonight's pick and play is that second game of tonight's TNT doubleheader. It's the Rockets Trailblazers. Trey, the only one taking Houston on the road. Everybody else saying Portland makes it 14 straight. Lily, VSP, let's see it.
Yeah, Trey said it was an old man with an aggressive layup, and it is. Watch this. Beautiful pass here from Rudy Gay. Finds Pau Gasol underneath for a beautiful finish and one. That's what I call a very solid play.
Very solid. Also solid, the Twitter show that we recorded live this morning. Check it out. Go listen to the podcast, and you can watch it. Go to hashtag the starters. You'll find it right there. That's it for us. We'll see you guys tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern.
All right, folks, thank you so much for joining us. And remember, we'll be here tomorrow.
Debating.
Probably.
Brace the night, people.